They've bloody done it again. Liverpool beat Lille 2-1 at Anfield, and I'm going to talk all about it. Much like the American legal system, the Arne Slot Penitentiary is becoming overcrowded. Wow, how incredibly
really know what
this
you're talking
guy
about here.
knows what he's talking about. It was very much a come down win in the sense that there wasn't a huge amount at stake. We never really got out of third gear and still won. So it was very much a bit of a palate cleanser after the weekend. First thing I noticed was that Slot picked a very strong team. It's so funny to see the discourse online, because when it's not the strongest team ever, it's, where's Soboslai? But whereas when we can afford, this gave you a sense of how the game wasn't, a huge spectacle, because everyone's like, why is Gravenberch playing? Now, while I certainly wasn't voicing my concerns online, I was sitting there thinking, that is a very strong team. I mean, the first picture, of course, like, do you know the way when your brain's looking for something, you'll just find it? I was like, where's Darwin? There he is. Okay, Darwin's playing. Great. And then I'm like, oh, Gravenberch. Okay. Like Nunez, Salah, and Diaz, and Gravenberch. Huh. I was hoping for a bit of a wacky Endo Chiesa sort of vibe. But Slot's clearly going for... It's like a balancing act of momentum versus rotation. So on the rotation side, obviously the benefit is key players get a rest and more fringe players get a chance to show what they can do and get a bit of minutes under their belt, get into a bit of form. So there's a few eyebrows raised when that team sheet came in. I'm kind of, do you know what? I'm not even going to doubt Slot anymore, because I think what he's going for is momentum. Like, I know I've said it a bunch of times on this show, but like, you look at Leicester and whatever, 10 years ago now, Jesus, where like momentum was a huge factor in them winning the league, I thought. I mean, look, they played well, obviously, but the power of momentum. Just look at us at the start of the season. For the first couple of months, we just gained that momentum, where then we would just wash away Real Madrid and Man City in the week, because we're on this momentum, get the fuck out of our way. And then a few draws, we had like 4 draws in 7 in the league. That kind of halted the momentum. So I'm kind of all for getting this train back on track. So one, we're more likely to win, obviously, when we play our best players. And then our players get a chance to plug into our collective hive mind on field and download a few more, like, oh, okay, so when he runs there, okay, I got you now. He's always available in that position. Okay, I know that I've got my man right behind me here. Yep, he's there. Okay, because I remember that. I know if I fire in that area, he's going to be there. Okay, gotcha. All this stuff. So you've got that, and then you've got momentum building. It's like you're trying to push a car, and it's hard to start, but once you get it rolling, what am I doing? Easy on the analogies, Andy. Then maybe Slot's thinking, okay, well now I can bring in start some of my fringe players, because now this is a runaway train. Anyway, enough of the shit analogies. Let's talk about the match. I'm going to go straight to the Salah goal. Salah, with just a reminder to everyone. It's like, hey, don't forget, having the season of my life here. I mean, how aesthetically pleasing a goal can you have? Okay, let me break down this goal. First of all, great assist from Curtis Jones. Curtis, who got some slack during the week because I didn't even see it, but in something he chose Hazard over Salah in terms of like who's better. I tell you what, on a slight side note, I fucking hate these. Who's better in their prime? And then there's just the venom. It drives me mad. It drives me mental. And I just keep seeing Hazard versus Salah repeatedly. I mean, I don't think there's a comparison. You probably don't think there's a comparison either. But for whatever reason, Jones, I didn't even see it, but Jones apparently said Hazard. He came out with a post of the two of them and a selfie in the locker room, then been like, oh, here's the only guy I'll pick. And Liverpool fans were like, all right, mate, go on then. And then so Curtis was obviously like, you know what, I'm gonna put a cherry on this apology cake. Wonderful assist. Salah, Salah and space together is such a beautiful combination. Salah's running onto it. I'm like, is the keeper going to get there? I'm like, oh no, the keeper's locked in his box, where you could see the keeper probably, if he'd have kept running, could have maybe slide tackled or something like that. Salah's like, okay, great. The finish, absolutely so pleasing, so pleasing. So even on the TV camera angle, It was pleasing. I'm like, is that going in? Yes! Doesn't even take a touch. First time outside the box. And then when you see the angle from behind him, the ball's like it's going wide and it curls right back inside the post. Oof. And then you got the celebrations. You got Curtis just reminding the fans, I pick him. You got that great visual, by the way, which will be, I'm sure, used for eons, of Salah, Nunez and Diaz all sitting together. Curtis Jones kind of ruins the picture a little bit. Just sit there and smile for a sec, but that's fine. That's fine. If you didn't catch the goal, here it is in crude drawing form. I may get done for copyright again. That's so realistic. And on the fucking yes scale, do you know what? I was going to say a 7, but the goal is so damn pleasing. I'm going to bump that up to an 8. Aesthetically very pleasing. Fucking yes scale, that's an 8. And with that, he enters the top 10 Champions League goal scorers of all time. That son of a bitch. A word or two on Nunez, who looked fucking sharp. His general play was so much better than it had been in the last month. He was winning the ball back. He's running back, helping defensively. To be honest, he didn't get much service. Salah, the post-goal clarity that Salah normally has wasn't quite there. Salah had another, he missed an absolute, by his standards, sitter. And then I think that messed with his mind, you know what I mean? All of a sudden his post-goal clarity that he had, where he's firing out Travella passes here and there instead of trying to go for a goal every time, that miss added a mist to his brain. He was shooting a lot more when he could have just played in Darwin, you know what I mean? He's absolutely every right to do whatever he wants. But Darwin didn't quite get the service. I don't think he's helped in that central position. That's kind of like the last place the ball ends up. We like to kind of play it back to the 10 or play it out to the wing and stuff like that. He's kind of just there to get on the end of things. But I was very happy with him. He played very well, had a few good chances. And it looks like he'll get a bit of a run now that Jota is injured. I love Jota. This cycle that Jota goes on, he's injured. Oh, it's a little bit longer than expected. But he's back now. Yes, he scored 2 goals. That's why we needed him back. All right, he's a bit injured again there. But next month, side note, Conor Bradley, you played well. But stop trying that. Stop trying to shoot from that position and play it into the middle, please. First time I was like, oh, so cheeky. It just might work. And when he did it against United, when he hit that shot from a real acute angle against United, this time I was like, all right now, enough of that. Then, so the second half came around, made a few changes. I was like, good, bit of rotation, that's good. They get someone sent off, and then they score. And you know what? I was glad they scored. How about that? The match had been too low stakes, you know what I mean? I was like, good, 30 minutes to go, let's give us something to actually play for here. It was a sloppy goal again to concede. Why don't we ever concede screamers, you know? At least I can respect that. Then as the cameras come back, I see Endo on the sideline. I'm like, fucking let's go. So I'm like, okay, 30 minutes where I can get into this now. Now we got something to, play for. We scored immediately. I was like, great. But I was like, okay. But no need to worry now. It's Harvey Elliott. You little beauty. An assist on Saturday and a goal 3 days later. And I loved his celebration. First of all, I like the fact that, I think the shot kind of took people by surprise. It looked like he was going to kind of play it back, and he's like, nope. Got a bit of a wicked deflection. I love the celebration where he's like, Then when he was asked about it, he's like, this is my club. I'm going nowhere. If you missed the goal, here is a crude representation of what happened. Pretty accurate, I think you'll find. And on the fucking yes scale, look, I'm going to space out the scores on the fucking yes scale, all right? I'm going to give this one a 6. Took a wicked deflection against 10 men in Lille. Look, it was good to get us back and to make it 7 out of 7. But I have to start being a little bit stricter on the scores. Look, Chiesa in the training gear, just grabbing him. God, Chiesa just really adds to the vibes on a goal celebration, doesn't he? Just get him on for that. Also he's class. And just a bit on Chiesa, he's in that fun player category now, isn't he? Like almost like the Nunez type category. Only he doesn't do crazy, wacky things. Like, what is it about him? Is it just his face? General personality? Like, Chiesa is now becoming one of these guys where I'm like, I'm looking at the match, but I got a little side eye over here. I'm like, what's Chiesa doing? And when he came on, he made a difference. He's a bit more direct and had a couple of good sort of shots from that left. I tell you, that left-hand positioning is like the fucking golden position from any Liverpool player. You got Chiesa on the left, Gakpo, Diaz, Nunez could do it, and all of them cutting in on their right foot. Absolutely lethal. But Chiesa did really good, and you could see he's got that sort of insatiable hunger for goals that Salah has, where it's like a little bit more, he's a little bit more like, I'm getting a fucking goal here. If there's even the slightest chance that I can score from here, I'm taking that chance. And that made it 7 wins out of 7 in the Champions League. Now Slot can rotate the shit out of the team. So it's going very well. And as for us, we have another fixture on Saturday, 3 p.m, which is normally a fixture, to be honest, that I'm like, don't know why I'm never confident about Saturdays at 3. But we're home to Ipswich, so I'll be back then. Thank you so much. Thanks for the reaction to the last video. A lot of people really liked it. If you didn't catch it, have a look there. In the meantime, enjoy the week. Up the fucking Reds, and I'll see you on Monday.